Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear students of the first secondary education, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here is Mr. Dahab, and today inshallah we are going to talk about the form of the exam and about some important tips about how to answer all the questions correctly. Let's get direct to the point. Here there is an important question, which is how many questions do we have in our exam? Actually, we have 5 questions. The first one is going to be the choose, and to talk about the choose, actually we have 16 sentences which are divided into 2 parts. The first one is going to be to choose 2 correct answers out of 5, and that's going to be 4 sentences. The second part is going to be to choose 1 correct answer out of 4, and that's going to be 12 sentences. Here is an example to talk about the choose clearly. Here is the first sentence. It's not good to avoid your problems. The opposites of avoid in the sentence are, actually we are going to take 2 correct answers. Here is ignore, face, follow, improve, confront. Actually the opposites of avoid are to face and confront. The second sentence is going to be I didn't enjoy reading that novel. It was boring. The antonyms of boring are interesting, tiring, annoying, amazing, exhausting. Actually the antonyms are the same meaning like opposites. The antonyms of boring are interesting and amazing. Here's another sentence. We have faced many major problems. The antonyms of major are important, mean, minor, unkind, unimportant. Actually the antonyms of major are going to be minor, unimportant. Here's the fourth sentence. My sister will space a presentation next week, so she is worried. Make, have, give, take, get. Here is the 2 correct answers are to make a presentation and to give a presentation. Here is the second part, which is to choose only 1 correct answer out of 4. The first sentence, the space of large cities suffer from pollution, traffic jam. Results, damages, residents, councils. Actually the residents of large cities suffer from pollution, traffic jam. Here is another example. I have the free time needed to do space work for nearby charity. Volunteer, criminal, reality, voluntary. I have the free time needed to do voluntary work. Another example. In oil industry, a space is the unit of measurement. Bottle, ton, meter, barrel. Actually it's a word taken from our story Treasure Island. It's going to be barrel is the unit of measurement in oil industry. Here is another sentence. The space of the plane did their best to make the passengers pleased. Here is staff, crew, crow. Actually it's going to be the crew of the plane. Actually we use crew to talk about group of people who work on a plane or on a ship. Another sentence, they all admire Mr. Ali because he is a space person. Actually he's a miser, rude, generous, unkind. Actually, they all admire him because he is a generous person. They admire him, they love him. Here is another sentence. The Red Sea is a tourist space, place, palace, paradise, trip, flight. Actually, the Red Sea is a tourist paradise, a very beautiful place. He is furious as a tricycle space his new car. Hits, was hitting, has hit, is hitting. Actually, it's going to be has hit his car because it's an action which happened in the past and still affects the present. He is furious now. I spaced to prepare my meals when I started to live away from my family. Used, got used, get used, amused. Actually, it's going to be got used. Plus 2 verb ing. Going back home, I found that the window space, so I went to get new glass for it. Broken was broken, as breaking, broke. Actually, it's going to be was broken. Passive form. We space met our friend lately. He is still away. We have, we haven't, we had, we hadn't. Actually, it's going to be we haven't. Yeah. Here's another sentence. Space in his office. He received a call from his wife. During, on, while, after. Actually, it's going to be while in his office. Yeah, here is the last sentence. When they met their friend, he spaced the homework his teacher gave him. He did, was doing, is doing, has done. Actually, it's going to be was doing. The second question, our exam, is going to be complete the gap with suitable words. So let's have a look about examples of the kind of questions. Here is the first one. I owe much to my family. Thanks to space, I have managed space, achieve all my goals in life. Space family member has done space best to help and support me. Actually, we are going to put a suitable word in the space to get the full meaning of the text as a whole. The first one is going to be I owe much to my family. Thanks to them, I've managed to achieve all my goals in life. Here, the suitable one is going to be each or every family member has done their best to help and support me. Another example of the kind of questions. Here the text. My body temperature was high last night. Space part of my body ached. I space a bad headache. Space. I found space difficult to sleep. Actually, the first one is going to be my body temperature was high last night. Each or every part of my body ached. I had a bad headache too. I found it difficult to sleep. It's an expression to means have or had difficulty in. Another one. Everyone wants to be healthy and fit. However, space is not an easy goal space achieve. Space more you exercise, the space you become. Here's the first one is going to be, however, it or this is not an easy goal to achieve. This or the more The more you exercise, the more you become, or the fitter you become. Here is actually the form which is the more, yeah, to assure the meaning. So the more you exercise, the fitter you become. Another one, art doesn't refer to paintings and museums. There are many different kinds of art. Advertising and architecture are both kinds of art too. So advertising and architecture are both kinds of art too. They have an or great effect on our lives. Yeah, here is another one. Being helpful to others is a good quality. Space you see someone in a critical situation, so the first one, if or when you see someone in a critical situation, it is your duty to lend them a hand, and don't or never close your door in the face of the poor. Another one, do you know how to judge the quality of chocolate? We need all space senses when space says its quality. Space chocolate should be smooth and shiny and shouldn't taste too sweet. It should make space distinct snap sound when broke. So we need all our of or the senses when we assess its quality. The chocolate should be smooth and shiny and shouldn't taste too sweet. It should make the distinct snap sound when broke. Here's another one. Modern technology has made life better. Space thing, the most important space in space 20th century was space computer. So modern technology has made life better. I think the most important invention in the 20th century was the computer. Yeah, here is the third question, which is the reading. Yeah, so we are going to have a passage. Actually, it's the third question, not the fourth question. The third question is going to be the reading. We are going to have a passage. Yeah, and we are going to have 7 questions to answer related to the passage. 4 questions are going to be choose the correct answer, and the other 3 questions are critical thinking questions which need an answer from the passage or even from your understanding. Yeah, the first question actually it's the translation. Yeah, the first part is going to be translated into Arabic, like this example, and the second part inshallah is going to be answer or translate into English. To keep your youthful appearance over time, we need to have more vegetable fruits and contain vitamins A and E regularly. Yeah, you can think about it. Stop the video and try to answer it alone, but I'm going to translate it right now. So لكي تحافظ على شكلك الشبابي، تحافظ على شبابك ومظهرك الشبابي على مدار الوقت ومع تقدم الأيام. You need to have more vegetables. فإنك تحتاج إلى أن تتناول المزيد من الخضروات and fruits والفاكهة التي تحتوي على vitamins فيتامينات A and E بشكل منتظم. Another one, countries has realized that energy sources won't last forever, so they began to look for the other renewable replacements as solar power. So هنا المعنى ان الدول أدركت أن مصادر الطاقة لن تستمر للأبد، لذلك فقد بدأت أن بدأت البحث عن مصادر أخرى متجددة كالطاقة الشمسية. All monuments always represent the great creativity of ancient civilization. Our role is to keep them safe for our next generations. So here all monuments هي الآثار القديمة دائما ما تمثل الإبداع العظيم للحضارة القديمة. إن دورنا هو أن نحافظ على هذه الآثار للأجيال for the next generations للأجيال القادمة. Another one, robots have become more common in many fields. During coronavirus, many countries as China used them to discover and look after infected people. So هنا الإنسان الآلي أصبح أكثر انتشارا في الكثير من المجالات. فأثناء وباء كورونا many countries as China قامت العديد من الدول مثل الصين استخدام الإنسان الآلي أو الروبوتات لاكتشاف والعناية بالمرضى المصابين. Here's the second part translated into English. أن ارتفاع درجة حرارة الأرض أحد أهم المشكلات التي تواجه البشرية في الفترة الحالية لأنها تؤدي لذوبان الجليد وغرق المدن الساحلية. You can think about it as you did in the English section. I'm going to translate it. Yeah, it's going to be the high temperature of the earth is one of the most dangerous problems which face humanity at the meantime, as it leads to the melting of snow and the drone of the coastal cities. Another one, إن تحسين الإنتاج وزيادة الصادرات ضروريان لتحقيق الاستقرار الاقتصادي، فسيؤدي ذلك إلى انخفاض في الأسعار وزيادة فرص العمل وتوفير العملة الصعبة. It's going to be the improvement of the production and the increase in exports are important to achieve economic stability. That's going to lead to decrease in prices, an increase in the job opportunities, and to provide hard currency. القراءة وسيلة لتنمية الثقافة وتحصيل المعرفة النافعة في وقت الفراغ، وممارسة الرياضة تساعد في الحفاظ على اللياقة البدنية وتجديد النشاط. Reading is a means of the development of culture and to get the useful knowledge in the free time or at the spare time. Free time or spare time is the same meaning. Practicing sport helps in keeping the fitness and to renew the activity. قد لا يعرف الكثير من الناس أن عدم الاهتمام بالنظافة الخاصة يؤدي لمشاكل صحية عديدة في الكثير من أعضاء الجسم منها المعدة والقلب. Many people don't know that the lack of care about hygiene may lead to a lot of health problems in many parts of the body, including the stomach and the heart. And here we arrived to the last question, which is writing. Actually, it's going to be like that. Write an essay of about 150 words about the following topic. You are going to be provided with a topic to talk about, like your dream, future family, or like the qualities of a girlfriend and so on. Actually, it's not just a paragraph. It's an essay which is much more longer, consists of 2 or 3 paragraphs, including or apart from the introduction and the conclusion. So you are going to write an introduction which contains the main ideas which are going to be discussed in your essay, and you're going to discuss each idea in a separated paragraph, at least 2 or 3 paragraphs, and at the end you are going to support a conclusion which is going to be a summary of what you have written, or a summary of the whole essay. And it may be an email. It's not paragraph or an essay all the time. It could be an email. Inshallah, I hope that you got benefit. Inshallah, you are going, all of you going to get the full marks, inshallah. It was Mr. Abu Dahab with you. Hope to see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.